Hopefully it's got the right, key and all that stuff. We'll find out. You know, done a WebEx meeting recently, it says setting up some chairs, pulling up a whiteboard. It's
Oh, that's funny. No.
It's very silly. Hopefully it's got the right, key there. We'll find out.
So we actually do have someone joining the meeting.
Recently, it says setting up some chairs, pulling up a whiteboard.
Oh, we must be on delay.
Very silly. Hopefully it's got the right, key there.
Delay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
No, the person joining us is actually, I don't know, when I logged in, that's me and.
Oh, okay, okay. Right.
Now, this does not reflect the poll book data.
Oh, have you gotten that yet?
Oh, yesterday. Poll books go out on Thursday.
Wow.
So we are starting proofing the poll books today. And, so basically, I proofed the poll book last night to make sure that the precincts matched the ballot style. Just on the Excel sheet that they sent me, there were a couple of errors where they have mismatched precincts to ballot styles. So I've sent them back to them to be fixed. And then they still don't have where the drop-down screen shows the parties. It still reads optional instead of nonpartisan. And so I've asked them to make that correction. Kim's, they kept trying to tell me it's not available, they can't make it. But I know Kim's, Benton County says it, so I sent them that note. So
Well, wait a minute now, did,
two different people do the poll book configurations. Kim has a different person than I have.
Okay.
And so it kind of just depends on who's setting it up.
Right.
And so, I let them know, look at Benton County's configuration. So, yeah, so we'll get hopefully a new data set today, but we can go ahead and start proofing, the precincts that they have aligned correctly.
Okay.
And so that'll be another 945 ballots that will vote to make sure that when you pull up a precinct for Brush Creek and the voter wants a Democratic ballot, that barcode, when we put it into the machine, actually pulls up Brush Creek and a Democratic ballot. And so that's what we'll prove these next. It'll probably take us 3 days to do that.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Why wasn't the ES&S program these poll books? I mean, was it the
we
data?
can't do that part of it. So I wish we could. But the configuration part of the data set, they pull from the VR system. And so we've never been able to do that part of it ourselves. We've always had to wait on them. This is delayed, this is like late.
That's why it seems like, I don't recall it being this close before with getting the poll books.
No, what did I get it at 5 o'clock last night?
No, we were here.
And I took it home last night and I was like, okay, if I don't proof it tonight, tomorrow, then we're spending time
Another
proofing
day.
and finding these mistakes, so
Was it, the lateness from ES&S was it due to the redistricting, or is it just due to?
No, we're apparently not the only county that still doesn't have their poll book data, so,
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing like down to the wire.
Well, so like ES&S doesn't just have our poll books. Like other states are doing primaries close to our time too.
Yeah.
So it's just getting all of that in. So,
Gotcha, okay.
So.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did insist that they do it in the 3 different ballots.
That optional, during poll worker training, every one of them, it's not gonna say this on election day, and I'm like, no, it won't. It'll say,
Oh,
because for them, it'll be very confusing.
Yeah,
Sure.
that would be, I mean, talk about, that would be where you would see
Mhm.
some operator errors.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
or reissued ballots, or, you know,
Mhm.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That's just simply
Yeah.
unacceptable. So, well, good. You're gonna stick with them until you get that back.
Oh, yes, yes. So, no, trust me, yeah,
Uh,
no. We'll,
On the hour, on the hour.
yeah, we'll stay with them and, you know, until we get the new poll book data, and then we'll
Good.
check it again
Yeah.
and everything, so, yeah.
Well, because you said you already found some errors.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I mean, we need to get it right. Okay, sign notices poll workers. And this is gonna be, well, this will have to go in the newspaper soon,
No,
right?
this doesn't go in the newspaper, it gets
Oh.
posted in Becky's office on Monday.
Okay.
So there are 3 names on the poll worker notice for the commission to be aware of, and one you may want to pull off. 2 of the poll workers are related to Russell Hill, who is running for election, mother and aunt.
Right.
But he's unopposed for the primary and unopposed for the general. They are allowed to be poll workers as long as no one makes an objection to them. Please, I hope no one makes an objection to them, because we need every single poll worker we have. And since he is running unopposed, both primary and general,
Right.
normally I wouldn't put someone who is related to a candidate on the ballot if they were in a race.
Is this the 3 names that you've got?
They're highlighted,
Yeah.
yes. So those 2, I think that, you know, if the commission agrees, we can leave on the list and just wait to see if anyone makes an objection to.
Right.
The 3rd name, is a poll worker who works for an organization that a candidate is a director of. And, she does not answer to him, he is not her boss, he does not fund the company.
Yeah.
But she brought this to my attention when we were doing training, that you know, one of the qualifications, you must not be a paid employee of any political party or any candidate running for any office on the county's ballot. So
Isn't that campaigns? What does it say?
It's
Read it
campaign,
again.
it's either, you cannot be a paid employee of any political party. I wouldn't have even put her on
Right,
here
right.
if she was,
Yep.
you know,
Sure.
worked for a political party.
Yeah.
But it also says any candidate running for, be a paid employee of any political party or of any candidate running for any office. So she works at an organization where the candidate is the director of the organization, but he is not her immediate boss. So I don't know, I didn't know what the commission might feel about that. She brought it to my attention, so I felt like we wanted to
Cover it.
and see what the commission feels, if they feel like, because she is removed, he doesn't own the company, he's just simply the director of the company.
Yeah.
You know, it is a nonprofit organization, so.
Read that last part again, cannot be paid by or cannot be an employee of?
Paid employee
Paid employee.
of any political party or of any candidate running for any office.
Paid employee of any candidate
Yeah.
running for office,
Yeah.
so I don't think it qualifies.
I agree.
This person isn't a paid employee of a candidate.
Yeah.
Who's running for office.
You
Well,
feel
the-
comfortable with it?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, I
Question
don't,
would be if somebody complained.
yeah, sure, that's what the other folks do.
Yeah,
Same thing,
yeah, exactly.
right?
Right,
Yeah,
oh,
it's-
yes.
It's if somebody makes an objection.
Yes.
Yeah, to me, that doesn't, I mean, somebody could make an objection, I suppose, but
Right.
I don't
And if they
feel
do,
like
it
for
will
any
be-
3 of the people, we should ask them not to be poll workers
No,
because of those
no,
connections. Do you,
no.
and how do you
No,
guys
I
feel?
agree. Jim?
I don't have a problem with it.
And I didn't know if we needed to name them or name anything, that's, I didn't, you
No.
know,
The
okay.
candidate isn't doesn't own the business.
Does not own the
They're just-
business.
They're
It's
not even,
just
they're
the
not even the
director,
direct supervisor.
Not the
I
direct
mean,
supervisor.
That's not a very close, you
No.
know,
No.
relationship. Doesn't qualify under the
Coworker,
statute.
someone that we've had on doing, has she been a poll worker?
She's never been a poll worker before, and so she filled out the application, and we went all the way through training, and at the end of class, she approached me and said, does this prohibit me from being a poll worker? And so I asked her specific questions, and she volunteered that she does not answer, you know, he's not her direct boss. He does not own, it's funded, you know, by grants.
Yeah.
And so I told her I didn't feel comfortable making that decision.
Right.
I said I'll have to bring it to the election commission to make that decision. And then we would let her know, for that.
You have a world of experience and expertise in this. What do you think?
I think because she does not answer to the candidate, he's not her direct supervisor, that I don't feel like it would be a conflict.
Should we seek any information from, the county council or anything?
I don't think so. I mean, if it were a closer connection.
I don't even think it's close
Yeah,
under the statute.
it's
It's not
just
even
not.
close.
Yeah.
It's an employee of a political party or a candidate. This isn't
Right.
an employee of a candidate.
Right, he just is the director of the organization, and so
Yeah,
I
and
agree,
whoever
it's
the
not,
person, they don't even own the company.
Right.
It's not like
Yeah,
an
right,
employee
yeah.
of,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah, that's why I think it is, it simply is too far of a connection for it to be a concern unless someone does object.
I mean,
In which case, we
Yeah.
would go forward with, okay, but I don't see that.
well,
No.
that's exactly right, Renee. That's the process here.
Yes.
That's why there's a list
We
of names that's
present the
gonna
list, yes.
be publicly posted.
Yes.
And then people have a certain amount of time to make an objection
Mhm.
about any one of those three folks
Or
or somebody
anybody
else
else.
on there
Yes,
who we
right.
don't know
Yes.
some connection about, which is totally possible.
Right, yeah,
right,
with
because the
this
other
many
two,
names.
I didn't
You
know
know.
they were related to Russell.
Oh,
when
uh-huh.
They
Yeah.
approached me after class as well.
Wow.
And told me that. So, but, I just, you know, wanted to, you know, make sure that the commission is fully aware,
No, I
fully
appreciate
approve
that.
the names and not be blindsided by
Mhm.
something that might be brought up, so.
And,
Yeah.
and again, there may be something we don't know, and once the list is posted,
Yeah,
somebody else could come to our attention, and that's okay.
exactly.
Okay, so we've signed it, we'll have it posted, and we'll see what happens. Supervisor update and poll worker update.
So we, finished poll worker training and trained 340 poll workers. We will have, 7 or 8 more come through this afternoon.
Right.
So we are, I think, fingers crossed, we should have, you know, all of our polling locations fully staffed. We have a supervisor training, tomorrow afternoon for 3 brand-new supervisors who weren't able to attend original, supervisor training. So, I think we'll be in good shape for everything, but every day I get an email from someone
Right.
who can't work.
Yeah.
So we'll continue to train and accept applications. Those names, obviously, if we accept them, everybody that we've talked to will be on this list.
Mhm.
There may be names that, if we
Yeah, to
still need
add.
poll workers that
Yeah.
we would need to add. At that point, I certainly wouldn't add anyone that I thought was borderline that the
Right.
commission would need to review. That would
Yeah.
just, but yeah, so I think we'll be in good shape.
Okay. We're actually coming down to the wire, aren't we?
Yes.
Early vote starts
May 9th.
the 9th.
Yeah.
That's, almost just a week away.
Right, and we
Wow,
start
yeah.
delivering equipment on Thursday, that's why I have to have my poll book data before it's in it goes out on Thursday. Otherwise, we'll be, going by and, loading data on, poll books.
As you drive into
Yes.
the poll location.
So, yeah. So,
Well, okay, and so you've got poll worker update here, you're just still looking for people, y'all listen. Okay, any other business?
I let you know that the maps are updated for the county website.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, thank you.
I clicked on the link that you put in the email.
Uh-huh.
It is asking, and it may well be, I'm using Safari it's my default browser,
Mm-hmm.
and it continues to ask for a certificate. And when I choose my computer, which has the certificate on it, it goes back and forth. And even when I cancel it, eventually I did get in this morning,
Right.
but it was confounding. And I feel like, oh, I know what I did too. I went to, instead of using the link that you had, I went to the votewashco.com link or website and tried the particular place on there, and I think I had the same issue asking for a certificate.
Okay.
And eventually I did again get in, but if I had given up at that point, it would have been,
You wouldn't have been able to
forget
look
it.
at it.
So,
Do you think it's because did you ever try it in Google or Chrome?
No,
or in
I
Chrome,
didn't.
Rather? Okay. Safari is one of those, browsers that they're getting ready to dump.
oh, is that right?
Yep. And so they want everyone, this is one of those things, everyone they're pushing to Chrome. But I will ask Sam and the planning department is the one who created everything for me.
Right.
I will ask him about the Safari.
Okay.
But I'm curious if you tried it in Chrome, if it would
I don't
work
like to
easier
use
for-
Chrome
Okay.
because they track everything.
Okay. I will ask him about Safari, but.
Go with, find out about the other browsers too,
Okay.
because I have a number of browsers, but generally I just use Safari.
Safari, okay.
So, and again, there's been a lot of information lately about how Chrome is tracking every single thing you do. And I prefer not to be tracked.
Okay, I'll ask him about Safari, because the only reason I know that about Safari, they have pushed us, in the county, they don't want us using Safari, everything is through Chrome now.
And Safari probably tracks too, but I know that Google has a vested interest in making sure that they know everything you're doing everywhere.
I need to work on Chrome on my phone.
You had no problem?
Yeah, I just.
Okay, well, it's, an update on Safari.
I will ask Sam and see, what he said. But
That's just curious, but anyway, okay, well, that is, I guess that's the end of our other business, unless you have something else.
Nothing
Jim?
for me. Doesn't for me.
Okay, we're adjourned. Call this meeting to an end. Have a good one.
Thank you.
We
You guys
don't
have a good one, too.
Thank you. We don't have a meeting scheduled unless something comes up.
Right,
Once
between
early
now and
vote starts.
election day?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need to vote, we don't need to vote, why did I say that? We don't need to meet, because you